One day,
No,
no,
I'm not.
seriously.
No, bye.
No,
Bye.
but seriously,
I'm going back to my combine.
seriously, we have to one day have a
You was
conversation
chilling in
about.
Indianapolis. What?
I was just minding my own business.
Okay, all jokes aside, we have to have a conversation one day about why even calling him the best shooter is actually like stop a disrespect, because when they do
Natalie,
that,
I need you to go. I need you to go back, and I need you to like watch all of our conversations before you got here.
No, I know, I know where you are.
I have said that exact thing. I do not limit him to shooting.
I know you don't.
I'm sorry. I can't, no, I just no. I mean, it took me everything to break down crying just now because I mean, the last person to jump in my shit like that. Sorry. I was so tired last week. No, I'm sorry. I just maybe I got carried away. Maybe I got carried away.
It's Women's History Month, man. You better bow down.
They always do.
Respect
Every
the
time
game.
one of these dudes have a performance, talk about them, praise them. And I knew no one from Oakland's ever going to think anything bad about Dame. So I wasn't expecting anyone to. He's great.
Even from Oakland.
But he's not. He's not.
Dame's incredible, bro.
I didn't say he was Steph. I'm simply saying in terms of like distance. Okay, you're right. Okay, listen. If we could have a conversation about Michael Jordan and LeBron James and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson, like the GOAT conversation of a greatest player is not limited to one person. That's why it's a conversation. We can have a conversation about the greatest shooters of all time, and it could start and end with Stephen Wardell Curry. No argument here. All I'm saying is Damian Lillard is in that breath. It may be a long breath, to your point, but he's in that breath. So I just don't want you getting it twisted that I'm so, man, do you defend your clients? Because you're a lawyer, for those that don't know.
I do.
Oh my God. Like you man, because I can't say you missed your calling because you are a lawyer. Get you somebody who defend. Oh, no, I don't think you defend me. You would not. I don't think you defend your family the way you defend Stephen Curry. Like ain't nobody even said nothing. No, because ain't nobody even said nothing negative about Stephen Curry. I hate to see it if I actually was critical of Stephen Curry.
No,
man, oh man.
I'm telling you, I really do. I genuinely feel like it's disrespectful to put Dame in a conversation with him. And the fact that people don't think it's disrespectful, that's what my inherent issue is. Y'all continue to talk about him with these guys. Steph should be only talked about in conversations with the greatest of greatest. With
himself. In a conversation about shooting, like, I think we are going to look back at this. Like Dame puts terror in people. I mean, they literally just ran a boxing one on that dude, and it just don't happen.
How long did it take them to do that?
It don't matter. They did it. It's only one other person they did that to, and that's Steph Curry. That's an incredible.
They should have done it.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: they should have. But look, that's not the first time that's been done to him. The playoffs when the Pelicans did that to him. Remember? What year was that when the Warriors played them in the 2018?
2018, yeah. That was more of a double than a Drew wasn't face guarding him all over the court. I mean, Dame walked away from that game feeling like that was the craziest defense I've ever had on me since college.
Was whining. He was kind of crying like, I've never seen anybody defend me like that. Yeah, Steph deals with that shit on a nightly basis. And that's my point.
All I'm saying is, no. All I'm saying is,
Marcus.
That's an elite level of.
Aisha is not this offended.
I'm just saying, like, so when we're talking about like Steve Nash and all this and that, like we've seen great shooters. People don't play that type of defense against great shooters. Like there has to be another level. And I'm just saying, like Dame has that. He brings that trepidation. He's not the shooter Steph is, like efficiency-wise, volume. But when that dude steps on the court, it terrifies people. Like, and that. To me, that's his, you can start giving wild card points or bonus points, right? Where you're like that kind of unspoken, like, how do you explain it? You can't really explain it. The thing Kyrie gets, like, that's what Dame gets points for that. Like, he terrifies defense. We know Steph does too, but not that many dudes do it. Like, not that many. Like, you don't see Kyrie getting that. As great as Kyrie is, you don't see somebody, like, nobody's doing that with Luka. But there's a certain terror that comes to shooting. That's why I think about like Larry Bird. Like, just you shake in your boots. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, shooters do that. That's another
really
level.
Their boots? How many teams guard Dame like that? I'm not trying to be funny. Do most teams do that? Because I feel like
no, that's what I'm saying. That's a resort.
I think that was more a function of the bodies on the court than
no question. He just dropped 71, and they were like, "You ain't doing it on us." You just dropped 71. You ain't doing it on us. I'm just saying, no matter how hot you are, no matter how well you're going, teams just don't do that. It's embarrassing for the person guarding you, right?
Yeah.
Like, the defenses don't want to do that. And all I'm just saying is, like, Dame does that. He's a one-man band. Like, nobody's thinking, oh, he's gonna carry a team to a championship. But the shooters go, like, that's one of the things I look for. You were terrified. Drazen Petrovic on the court coming down, you're terrified as a defense. You're scrambling. Like, some of these shooters on this list don't do that for you. It's like, all right, don't leave them open, keep a hand on them. But, like, hey, we need to change our game plan because this dude might, in one game, go the hell off, right? Like that to me is the top 10 list right there.
And where would you rank him all time? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm an OG, man. I love the O's, bro. Bro, where's Adrian Dantley on this list? You know what I'm saying? Like, where
you about to pull out Del Curry?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of these dudes is like, where's Jerry West on this list, bro? Like,
okay. Let me say this. Okay, so I know he's iconic. Look, I'm in Indianapolis. I went to a restaurant the other day. There's a mural painted to Reggie Miller, right?
Reggie.
I think there's a different conversation to be had, much like the conversation about just all-time great players, where the game is played differently now, stylistically, in terms of just like athleticism above the rim. Where it's like, for as great as Reggie Miller was not shooting from the distance that these dudes do it, led by Stephen Curry, with Damian Lillard close behind in this department, Natalie. I'm trying to see in this specific area.
Well, she got you walking like a church mouse.
She got me shook. You talked about how teams like strike fear. Natalie just like struck fear in me. Now I got to. Natalie been trying to get me to do therapy for a while. Now I got to get therapy just for what just happened to me. I just was assaulted. My own program. Feel like I've been violated. So anyway, like in this specific area, I think the way people shoot threes now, like Mark Price, Steve Kerr.
Oh, another one.
Those
Craig
dudes,
Hodges.
Craig Hodges, but they weren't shooting threes the way they shoot them now. And so even Ray Allen. So I think it's Steph. I think it's Clay. I think modern three-point shooting, I think Steph. I think it's Clay. I think Dame is in that pantheon in terms of the modern game, the way the three-point shot not only dominates the game, but the degree of difficulty that these dudes do it with is different than they were doing it even when the three ball was first implemented. So I think, to answer your question, Natalie, I think Dame that 7 is probably low for Dame given how well he shoots the three ball. I'm not talking about percentage. I'm not talking about all-time makes. It's like the way Ray Allen does it.
He's up there.
That's not how they do it now. Ray Allen probably got the best three-point shot in terms of stroke. Him and Klay Thompson, probably the prettiest shot of all time. Talking about just prettiest shot. And I'm talking about, aesthetics. Ray Allen and Klay Thompson.
Ray got him.
For me.
Ray Allen, man, that's Jesus Shuttlesworth. That thing is beautiful. Steph always says this thing to me.
He's another guy. He's another guy that shot. Sorry, Marcus. Just to Natalie's point, Ray Allen's another guy that shot from everywhere on the court. Go ahead, Marcus.
The thing that Steph always says, like, people, like, one of the things people don't understand about him, it's how hard it is to take 15 threes a game. Like, he's like, people don't get that's hard, especially like when you're Steph and they're trying to take it away from you. So I do think the modern guys do get, I guess, a bonus point for the fact that this is an era where everybody's trying to take away your threes, right? Like, and they're guarding you, and putting up 15 shots is tough.
Right. Kerr was
at the same time,
game, maybe.
Yeah, Kerr was, and they were all open. You didn't take them unless you were open, like that type of stuff, right? But that's why I feel like Larry Bird is. I'm putting Larry Bird 2 or 3, man. Like,
exactly.
It just gotta. This dude was just like, I mean,
we had this conversation yesterday, and I said Larry
Bird
just off the legend, Kevin Durant,
just off the
stories, bro. Just off the stories,
exactly. Like, just off of mystique, off of mystique. Because Larry Bird right now,
what he did to
with all I have.
what he did to the Hawks in New Orleans, right? Where he's telling the bench, I'm about to hit this from right in front of you. Like stuff like that, bro. You calling your shot. Like, to me, that's just another level. And you put Bird in this era, I'm sure he'd be right up there with the rest of them.
Absolutely.
Just because like he's a true shooter in that sense. I do feel
like
like
Bird didn't want to pave his own driveway, what would have been?
Well, can I just say one other thing that I know, like, you know, this is the Natalie being really Natalie-like, so I'm not going to like pin anybody into this, but let me tell you the other reason why there's such a big distinction in Stephen versus the others, because he's playing next to Draymond and now Kevon Looney on the court, who are negative spacers, and then the way he's being guarded. So when y'all are comparing these other guys and what they're doing, and the fact that he's still shooting at a more efficient and higher percentage when those other guys, like Kyrie had his first 50, 40, 90 season when he was playing next to James Harden and Kevin Durant. Stephen is doing that year in and year out in a season when Klay Thompson misses the whole year. And he has Michael Mulder and Draymond Green on the court with him, and he's still putting up a crazy season like that. Different
I think all you gotta say for Steph is he shoots 40% in the playoffs, and then the conversation's over, right? He shoots 40% from three in the playoffs, like at the highest level, when everybody's guarding you, when everybody's trying to stop you, he's shooting 40%. Like, that's another level.
All jokes aside, Natalie, this is probably your best tour de force since you cussed about Kevin Durant's shoe size. But you know what I love about the passion, I love about the take here, because it reminds me of something I often say about Michael Jordan. When people try to argue on behalf of LeBron James, in an effort to elevate LeBron James, they underrate Michael Jordan and his all-around game. The passer that he was, the versatility he displayed, the defender that he was. What I'm hearing from you, and I agree with you, now, and when we look back, we will probably realize how somehow, some way, Stephen Curry was underrated. Somehow, as much as we recognize him, it was like,
a promo for his tour. Like, what do we do? Underrated? Like, his Steph to sponsor it. Like, the underrated tour sponsored by. That's
already been taken. You're right, bro. It's already been taken.
That's the documentary, Underrated, coming to you on Apple TV.
Oh, but you're right. You're right. I mean, he has redefined, reimagined what is possible, broken the game, and all these dudes are definitely playing for second. Like, as Larry Bird once said, who's playing for second? Everybody playing for second, Matt. I agree with you. So last time I bring up Damian Lillard, apparently there's just certain triggers for Natalie.
Hey, Dame from East Oakland, y'all. Let's go. Town Biz.
Yeah. Yes. I saw how Michael looked at me.
Yeah, you's wildin', B. You's wildin'. I love you, but come on.
He's not the best finisher.
All right, so just last thing, just so I go.
Would die on that hill.
Before I go. Oh, yeah, so just so we're clear, like, this is not being published, right? This was just a family conversation, this whole last segment of the show and everything afterward. None of this is being shared, because I don't want nobody being like,
no.
I feel like, listen, Marcus, I'm gonna watch Chris Rock tomorrow. I feel like Natalie just walked on stage and slapped the shit out of me. That's what just happened in the last 30 minutes.
Yes.
Marcus, I appreciate you. Natalie, I'll talk to you whenever I get out of my feelings. Talk to y'all later.
Hey, therapy's good, Mike.
Yes, it is. Therapy. Later. Black men should go.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.